What if the secret to unlocking your next level of business growth was not in a typical business book? Today, I'm going to be talking about 6 books that are non business books, but that can drastically help your business grow and thrive today. Usually, when we get stuck in business, when we hit a plateau, when we need an extra kick of motivation, we tend to look to business books to give us tactical advice on how to do these things. The books that I'm going to be talking about today are great for putting different pieces to a puzzle together that is business growth and mindset growth. Now, these books are not business books specifically. However, if you read them and apply them to your business, you will see a lot of growth and a lot of progress, right? So let's get started. The first book, Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. This book is not about business per se, but it is about our relationship to money. A lot of people, me included, we all have different relationships to money because we all have had different experiences. We had different parents tell us different things based off what they were going through, and that has shaped our worldview and shaped how we look at money, shaped how we look at business, shaped how we look at investment. If we even do look at investments because of our relationships and our thoughts towards money. The first chapter in this book is called You're Not Crazy. It's titled You're Not Crazy, or No One's Crazy, because we all have these thoughts about money, like I just said, that we think we're the only ones experiencing it. We think we're the only ones that have these feelings towards money. And he goes into why a lot of us have these experiences or have these thoughts and how we can kind of make them work for us. So this is a great book. So Psychology of Money, The Timeless Lessons on Wealth, Greed, and Happiness. Check it out. The next book, The Miracle Morning. I've talked about this book a lot of times on this channel, but if we're talking about non-business books that can help with your business, your mornings start that. This this book by Hal Elrod, he talks about 6 practices that he calls his savers, right? So silence, which is meditation, affirmation, visualizations, exercise, reading, and scribing, which is journaling. And he talks about those 6 practices, putting them together every morning to prime yourself for a successful morning. There's a lot of things in this world we cannot control. The author himself had an accident that almost took his life, so he could not control that. It was as a result of a drunk driver. He can't control that, but one of the things we can control is how we show up every morning. And the things that you can do to help you show up as your best self is to prime yourself. Use these 6 practices that he described in this book to have a great morning, to start yourself on the path, right? And this is not just for business. This is for life itself, right? So, The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. Check it out. Hey, what's up? If you like what you're watching and you want more information just like this, then you should consider joining the UrbanX membership, where we have hours of online business courses available to you. And we also have my ultimate online business guide. It's about 40 pages of some actionable things you can take to get your online business started today. The UrbanX membership is only $10 a month or $100 for the entire year. Cancel anytime. I think it is well worth it if you want more information just like this. All right, so let's get back to it. The next book is called Deep Work by Cal Newport, right? A lot of times, especially in the world we live in now, there's so many distractions that we have to deal with. Social media, email, the news, whatever it is. We have so much to deal with that we have to kind of fight so we can, make sure we're focused in on our business. The author, Cal Newport, he argues that 4 hours of deep work per day on a specific goal or topic puts you a part of 90% of your peers or your competitors, right? A lot of times we don't focus. We wake up just like in the Miracle Morning. We wake up, first thing we go through is check our emails, check our phones. We get bad news on the timeline, on Twitter, stuff like that. And then it sets apart a spiral downhill for the rest of the day. Deep work, we're talking about being able to sit down and focus on a specific task to get things done faster. So this is a great book to check out. Rules for Focused Success in a Distracted World. Next book. Now, this is part 2 to Deep Work by Cal Newport. It's by the same author. This book is called Digital Minimalism, Choosing a Focused Life in a Noisy World. Now, he was forced to write this book because I'll admit, deep work, it was very strict. He talks about like not having social media and then no use for it and things like that. And that is one of his core beliefs, that you don't need social media to be successful, right? However, there are a lot of people when 2024 who use the internet, who use social media for their business, for their jobs and stuff like that. So he created this book. He wrote this book to kind of show you how you can use social media to your advantage. Use it as a job and not as a consumer. Use it as a producer and not a consumer, so you can continue to produce work that is, or continue to work deeply and not be distracted by everything else that's happening around you. So digital minimalism, even if you work as an online business, my business is online. I need social media. I need email. I need all these things to, generate revenue. However, I cannot let it use me. So great book. Check it out. The next book is by one of my favorite authors, and it is called Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday. Now, on the internet, in this entrepreneurial space, there are a lot of people who create businesses for very self-serving reasons, right? And then if you have some success, you think it is all because of you. Nobody had anything to do with it, and it kind of creates a snowball effect on your ego. Ego is the enemy. Ryan Holiday, he talks about 3 different stages of the ego. On your way up, once you have what you worked for, and on your way down if you lose it, and talks about how ego can be affected in all 3 stages. So this is a great book. I read it once a year because I always need the reminder that this is not about me. It's about helping people. It's about serving people. It is, and my success isn't always, because I'm so much smarter than everybody else, right? So you always need a reminder that the ego is the enemy. Great book. I always recommend this book, by the way. And lastly, the last book is called 33 Strategies of War by Robert Greene, who is a mentor of Ryan Holiday. This book is one of the best non-business business books that you can read. Robert Greene, he always has one main historical figure in each of his books. So in 48 Laws of Power, I believe it was Louis the 14th. In this one specifically, it was definitely Napoleon. So he talks about a lot of historical wars, historical battles. Now, how does that translate to business? If you're reading this book and you substitute in your mind, if you substitute your army, an army as, your company, or your soldiers as your employees, or, possible employees, you might be a solopreneur. It'll help you frame the book. It'll help you frame a lot of these stories and a lot of these lessons and strategies into how you can strengthen and build a business that is sustainable in times of, war, let's say, right? You have a competitor in your space, something has happened, you just lost a key employee, you just lost a key team member and things like that. You need to figure out a way to continue to run your business, to launch a new product and things like that. So 33 Strategies of War is a great one. It's one of my favorite books. It's a long read, but it is worth it. Trust me. Okay, so those are the 6 non-business business books that I think you should check out, and they are great. If you want more videos on how to build your online business, or more videos on great business books to read, you can check out the videos over here. My name is Malcolm. This has been the School of Excellence. I'll see you next time. Peace.